And welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is state tournament baseball here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at the place that the Cedar Rapids Colonels call home, the Veterans Memorial Stadium. And we are just moments away from getting things kicked off. Thanks again for tuning in. It's an audio-only broadcast here, but we're still going to have a whole lot of fun. If you want to the all-visual side of things, make sure you head on over to the Iowa High School Athletic Association.org website. You'll be able to see all the different places you'll be able to catch that live for free. So anywhere you want to go, you can catch the greatness that is the Iowa High School State Baseball Tournament. We are in semifinal action, as you can see there. North Polk taking on Wahlert Catholic, the 1 versus 4 seed here in today's battle. And boy, we've got a good one in store for you. As we dive into our DeMoss pregame show, DeMoss, make sure to check them out all across the Des Moines area and 3 great locations. If you're feeling like there's a little ache here that may need to turn into surgery or something of that sort, you don't need to go that far. In fact, if you go to DeMoss, you can often have less out of the pocketbook and less wait time overall. It's just a better experience. So you have to go out there and check them first. They can help get you where you need to go and get you back to recovery sooner. We take a look here as we got North Polk up against Wahlert in the first ever battle between these two teams, especially here at the state tournament. Again, this is first in the bound era, I should say, as there are plenty of different times in the past they may have come across each other. But right now, in the bound era, this is their first trip. And we take a look at the North Polk Comets to start things off. They recently come in after having won 2 state titles here, once in 14 and the other in 2024. This trip around marks their 16th state tournament trip, and they are one of just 22% of all teams who have made it to the state tournament to own a winning record. And, of course, they are going up for another 20-plus win season, now over 15 for them in the bound era. And, again, this is a team that gives us quite a bit. We'll get to the lineups here and just prove to you how potent they're about to be. North Polk, 18th in total bases across 3A, but where their bread and butter lies comes in the pitching side of things. Third and fewest strikeouts offensively, I should say, but pitching-wise, they are the top ERA team in the land, 1.17 ERA, and that's with what went down in the postseason already. They have the 7th fewest walks issued on the year. So if you're going to go ahead and beat this North Polk squad, it's going to have to be by really juicing up the bats and making that consistent. Because on the other side of things, Wahlert Catholic, they come into their 12th state tournament appearance. They have missed the state tournament just twice since 2000. Just twice. And, of course, the interesting part about Wahlert Catholic, they seem dominant, but they have the least extra base hits out of any season dating back to 2000. This is the least amount of extra base hits they've hit in that span. Yet they seem to be unquestionably throughout the entire season the number one team in the land. So it's hard to argue against that point here. But we're not even gonna try, because this is a squad that is second overall in RBIs, standing out of the Mississippi division, I should say, that is primarily 4A schools. They have been absolutely, as again, the wall-to-wall, wire-to-wire number one that we thought they were going to be. They did not disappoint. And, of course, Coach Tischer and his squad and his coaching staff have put out an amazing product here on the field that is also fourth overall in total bases at 475. And they just don't do a whole lot of mistakes. And when I talk about that offensively, that also means they don't go after too many outside pitches. In fact, they're going to make you work for it. They average just around 5 walks per contest. So this is going to be a battle that is going to be exceptionally hard for both teams, and it should be. It is the semifinals. It is the ticket to go to the state title game, and we'll see who ends up coming out on top with that one. So we are going to go ahead and take just a quick break, and we're going to resume action when we come back. But we're first going to get you introduced to the Iowa High School Athletic Association staff and more before we resume action right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Welcome!
We are
the Iowa High School
Athletic Association.
We're proud to bring you this broadcast of Iowa High School
Sports Championships,
featuring Iowa's student athletes, schools, and communities.
We support teamwork, sportsmanship, and education-based activities.
Good luck, and thanks for watching.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, appreciate you coming along for the ride. It's a fun time here as we get state tournament action here. The accumulation of the entire 2026 season all down to just this week. And let's go ahead and see how these teams are going to look as they continue to try and stay here at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Cedar Rapids. We'll start with the away team on the scoreboard, which will be the North Polk Comets. And their lineup is going to roll out like this. Bryce Burke, the leadoff extraordinaire. He stands put wearing number 14 in center field here today. Ryan Zosky is in the 2-hole spot. He'll be behind the plate, and he'll be one of the linchpins of this team. He is a guy that has slowly got the average picked up. His bat has continued to progress. Meanwhile, I don't know if you're going to get a better fielding defensive catcher out there in the land. He is absolutely stellar in that. Jack Speaker will be the next man up. He'll be at shortstop, donning the number 16 as the North Polk Comets come out there in their red tops, gray pants, and, of course, black lettering in the North Polk logo and numbers. And, of course, moving on over in the cleanup spot, Easton Engel will be at first, wearing number 44. Chase Fjelland, we've seen him in this field, several walk-offs, and we'll see what's in store for him today. He's the DH in today's contest, wearing number 13. Chase Boo will be followed up in the 6th hole, wearing number 22. He'll be manning the hot corner in today's contest. He'll be followed by Jace Jetman, wearing number 39 at second base. Ty Lampers will be the pitcher in today's contest, and he'll be followed by Drew Fausch, wearing number 7 in right field. And, of course, we talk about these North Polk Comets, and, again, led by Coach Wyatt Zosky out of the Raccoon River Conference. They are 28-7. They have strung across 21 consecutive victories leading up to this point. Will it be 22? Well, we'll just have to see and find out. And we'll take a look on the other side of things for the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles. Jacob Piero, and we've seen that name before. We saw it last year, and his older brother heading to Iowa as he made a recent commitment to the Hawkeyes. His brother will be at short for today's contest, donning the number 11. Brandon Cummer will be wearing number 12, and he's the right fielder, a guy that has been on varsity last 4 years or so. And he'll be followed by, again, another top 10 batter, top 10 positional player in J.P. Elbert behind the plate. And he'll be wearing number 1 in today's contest. He'll be followed by Noah Kraffel wearing number 21. He'll be manning third base today, followed by Hunter Hill in left field wearing number 17. Graham Allers will be wearing number 10. He'll be the DH in today's contest, followed by Peyton Grodkin. And he'll be at first. Brody Schumacher will be at second, followed by Gavin Reedy in center field. And, of course, the Golden Eagles of Wahlert Catholic are spearheaded by the likes of Corey Tischer, who has once again led this squad through a tough Mississippi Valley Division Conference. They are the top of that conference at 24 conference wins, and it includes the likes of Prairie, City High, Cedar Falls, Dubuque Hempstead, Waterloo West, which was a huge push this year, Cedar Rapids, Washington, and Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. And those are the Mississippi Valley teams. And, of course, on the mound, we've talked about him once, twice, Noah Kraffel. We've talked about what he's been able to do on the year. He's going to be a big influence here in today's contest. But on the mound for the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles, and a guy that's going to try and stop what has been arguably one of the hotter lineups in there, is going to be the sophomore extraordinaire here in Quinn Flanagan for Wahlert Catholic. Wahlert usually doesn't sport underclassmen too many times. We've seen guys like Fodi Rigopoulos. We've seen the older Piero. We've seen guys that have been upperclassmen on the mound in some of the biggest stages. And Flanagan, right now, he is the top strikeout leader for this squad, the sophomore. Look, the rest of this rotation, nobody else has more than 6 wins. And if you have more than 2 wins, nobody has gone without a loss, except for Quinn Flanagan, 9-0 on the year. Through 52 innings, he has struck out 79, and teams hitting just 106 against him. He has been a tough guy to go up against, and we'll see what the North Polk Comets have in store as we get rocking and rolling here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels. And first pitch will be in there for the strike, and we are underway with an 0-1 count to the leadoff man here in Bryce Burke. That one easily laid off in the dirt. We split it now at 1 apiece. Again, this North Polk squad, they have been every bit of the term cardiac comets. And that's a phrase as that one got swung on and unable to connect. But cardiac comets, they have done this plenty of times. We saw it when they went to the state tournament title game against Western Dubuque several years ago. And then in 24, when they, again, 2 walk-offs in the state tournament, as that one is dialed in there for the strike, and Flanagan picks up his first K of the game. That was exactly where he wanted it to locate. That's exactly where it would be really hard to make any kind of contact with. Doing an absolute great job there. And now we move to Ryan Zosky. Swings through a high heater, could not connect on that one. Just seems a little bit late on there, and we now move to 0-1. Zoski just over 300 for his average on the year. Takes a look at strike number 2. Zoski batting 320, 370. He was at 280 about midway through the year, so we can see the progress he's made. He'll dribble that right side to second base. A quick pick up there, and a nice throw by Schumacher will secure the out by a few steps anyway, as the 4-3 put out marks it 2 down here in the top of the first. And now Jack Speaker stepping on up. He has had quite the season here in 2026. Been a really fun guy to watch. 307 with the bat as he sends that one high, and that will be too far back to be in play. But Speaker has 37 total bases on the year. He's driven in 23. He's not a guy that will give you too much extra base, but, you know, he has hit 6 doubles on the year. As that one is dialed in for the strike, and with 2 down, an 0-2 count here to the number 3 hole man. And the next one, check swing, and he went through, says the field umpire. And a second strikeout here for Flanagan. He's pumped up, and so are the Golden Eagles as they set down the North Polk Comets 1, 2, and 3. And with that, we're going to have to head to break, and when we come back, the top of the Wahlert lineup in Piero, Kummer, and Elbert due up when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all back into the broadcast. We are hitting up the bottom half of inning number 1, and it will be Piero, Kummer, and Elbert due on up here for the Golden Eagles. Again, this squad is number 4 overall in total bases, yet they're number 2 in all of 3A in walks. They have 212 walks on the year, and that averages about 5 a game. So they have been there, done that, and they are ready to go. Starts off with ball 1 here, as Ty Lampher's on the mound here for the Comets. Dials in a strike, upper third, letter high. And we even it up at 1 apiece. Lampher's 30 strikeouts on the year, as that curveball sails just a bit too high for ball 2. Team's hitting just 163 against him. He has allowed just 6 earned runs on the season. He has been absolutely everything they needed to and more. And he gets a swing through on the off-speed pitch. Got him a little bit ahead of that one there, mixing up pitches quite well here early on. And the next pitch is in off the shoe tops. That's easily laid off here for ball 3 and a full count. Again, out of the Mississippi Valley Division, the Golden Eagles trying to get to another state title game. That one on a 2-hopper to second, and nicely done on the sidearm throw by Jetman, as he'll pick up the first out of the game here defensively for the Comets. Now, Brandon Kummer stepping on up to the plate. We've seen him every single year. He's been impactful. Coach Tischer has said it in the past, and he said it this year. When you know you can rely on a guy like that, and you got a guy that's consistent, and Brandon Kummer, you don't have to worry too much. That one consistently chopped to the shortstop here, just shy of second base. But a nice pickup and fire from Speaker will get the out. And so a one-pitch mark. I couldn't even get all the compliments about this guy in. And he sends one to short, and a second ground out will bring two down now. And now J.P. Elbert stepping on up. Again, a top 10 infielder, catcher, I should say. A top 5 rated catcher in the latest IA baseball polls. And he has been just as advertised on the year. The 1-0 count will sail on Lanfers into the other batter's box. And he easily lays off for a 2-0 count. So far today, we've had quite a bit of action here. We saw Indianola in the very first game. They took a big win over Southeast Polk, winning 8-1. And what was a no-hitter extraordinaire from George Blake. And we know his lineage in the baseball world. Right now, Lanfers with the 3-0, and that one missed just a bit outside, as the saying goes, just a bit outside. And that will be a 4-pitch walk, which will put the first base runner on here for either team. And now Noah Krappel standing on up to the plate. Krappel is trying to add on to what has been a pretty strong year, actually very strong. 370, his 65 total bases. And that pickoff attempt at first gets away. And we got a runner on to second base. Elbert will stand there. A wild throw here on a pickoff attempt by Ty Lanfers. And we've seen that quite a bit in this state tournament. And now, just like that, we have a runner on second. And we have an empty count here coming up to the cleanup man in Noah Krappel. And 65 total bases on the year. He swings through an off-speed pitch outside, and we get an 0-1 count. Again, Veterans Memorial Stadium, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels, a minor league affiliate of the Minnesota Twins, as that one letter high must have sailed too far outside. And we have an even 1-1 count. Lanfers from the windup, and he'll head on over to second. That one skips off the bag, and you have Elbert headed to third. Another somewhat pickoff attempt, and I should have said from the stretch he was. That one must have either hit off his leg or the bag, and it bounced into deep short, all the way to the grass, in fact. And now a runner on at third, and the ball gets away on the next pitch. The run is coming on home, and it will be a lead here for the Golden Eagles. They take the early mark here. It's 1-0 Wahlert. And that just goes to show how you can manufacture a run if you're a really good team like both of these are. A wild throw, a wild pitch, and you can easily find yourself crossing home plate. The 1-1 sails too high and away, ball 2. Wahlert is, again, a high-scoring team overall. 4th in total bases. The shot out to shortstop, and the diving attempt by Speaker. Not able, just a glove length away. And more action continues here as Krappel will pick up a single, bringing up the 5-hole man in Hunter Hill. Krappel picking up his 51st hit on the season. That leads the squad by at least 20 hits. And the looked like a nice slider on the outside edge here to Hill. And got strike 1. So Krappel with about a handful of steps, and the pickoff attempt got it into the glove of Engel at first, but not in time to grab him. Again, Krappel has about a 4-step lead he continues to put out there. And we've seen time and time again, as he now heads off to second on a stolen base attempt. The throw is high, and Jetman tried to come down and tag him between the legs there, unable to do that. And a successful stolen base on the board here for the Golden Eagles. And now we've had 2 men in scoring position already here in the bottom of the first. The Golden Eagles looking to make it to a 3rd state title game in program history. It's been recent in which they've made it there. Of course, most recently being last year when they took on Pella and unfortunately fell in that one. The 1-2 as that one's fouled back. And we have time called now. The outfield, normal depth here. And again, deep in the infield here for the North Polk Comets defensively. That pitch not able to find the zone, and we now even it up at 2 apiece. The dimensions here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as that one's right back up the middle. A slow roller that gets Speaker just about second base bag. And the throw over will get him by a step. Heck of a play by Speaker as he had a range against the glove side on second base, and he was nearly past it when he got that throw off. But he did get the throw for out number 3, but not before damage has been done here. A run scores here for the Golden Eagles as they take the early lead after 1. And we'll be back to give you what's going to come in store here for the North Polk Comets right after this. It will be 5, 6, and 7 due up when we return here on the IA Baseball Network.
Yes, those are chicken tenders. And yes, they're on a plate with your favorite Pizza Ranch items. Which means, yes, chicken tenders are now available at Pizza Ranch buffets. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
.62, Coach. 62.
First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back as we get rocking here in the top half of the second. Easton Engel gets a pitch in and sails that one high, and that will be an out here early on. Engel was the walk-off winner here last game as North Polk defeated Western Dubuque. Again, Engel was the hero player in that game, but right now he flies out to center to bring up Chase Fjelland. And he goes first pitch, left center field. That one's high enough by Reedy to go ahead and camp out under that one. And 2 quick outs to center. So before we can really get things moving here on our scoreboard, we already have 2 down. And again, Flanagan with these, not a whole lot of strong contact if there has been any made, but if there has been somewhat, it's been sent out there and camped out under in the outfield. He takes a look at strike 1 for his first pitch. Chase Boo looking for, again, trying to work some magic here. He's had a good season, and he's been one that's really been exciting to watch. How he's been able to approach different pitchers really is really fun. He's just a sophomore, but he's doing something right. .299 average. He has 6 extra base hits on the year. He has driven in 16, and he takes ball 2. Flanagan with the hurl, and that one not able to find the zone, and we now go 3-1. So we'll have more semifinal action here on the audio-only streams here. Again, semifinal action as that one is slapped left side and diving towards the outfield line and foul territory, but caught out there by Hill as he caught it about a few steps away from the foul line. But when all is said and done, that makes it a second consecutive 1-2-3 inning as we now head into the bottom half here. And for the Golden Eagles, when we come back, their slate will look like ours. Gutkin and Schumacher due up when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back into the broadcast. Andrew Brown here with you from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels, the Minnesota Twins minor league affiliate. And let's get rocking and rolling. Graham Allers, the DH, is up next, facing Ty Lamfers on the mound here for North Polk. And that one's sent in there. Just about shoulder high, ball one. A couple of North Polk errors and one Wahlert hit has been the only action so far. We're just in the bottom of the second here. As now a 2-0 count here from Lamfers. That one knee high right in the zone here for strike one. Lamfers has, in plenty of instances, across what has been arguably one of the tougher conferences in the state, he's routinely gone up against some of the better hitters in the Raccoon River Conference. And, I put that as an emphasis because this is a conference that's had a team at state for the last 10 or so plus years, at least 10 consecutive seasons that we have had a Raccoon River Conference member in the state tournament. 3-2 as that one sails a bit outside the box, and we'll have time called here by Allers. Again, around the field we go here. Infield for the North Polk Comets, Boo, Speaker, Jetman, and Engel from third to first. And Lamfers, that one is a chop, one hopper out there to Boo as he'll sling that one sidearm and get him by a step. Good arm over there at third, and it starts us off with out number one. So now with the 5-3 put out in the works, Peyton Godkin now stepping on up to the plate. And he takes a look at ball one to start, and the senior having a year, 281, 35 total bases. He's driven in 24 across 32 hits on the year, and he wears one off the shoulder now. Second pitch of the at-bat, and he's now on to the base paths. Really appreciate you joining along here. We will look to have another high and tight coming your way as we try and break down the action that has been, the action that was. And I also want to go ahead and remind you there's a prospect showcase at the grounds of Southeast Polk High School. And if you ever thought that mom or dad or anybody out there you want to get involved with that, you have to be nominated by your coach, and your coach has to get that in. And of course, that is a way to get you in front of college coaches, and for little to no cost at that. So it is really a nice way. And again, I'm going to be biased here maybe, But I think the best coaches association in the state is the High School Baseball Coaches Association. They put on a great event here as you start to think about really what is your purpose. I mean, if you're thinking that you want to play college ball, you don't have to go to Georgia, to Texas, to Missouri. You know, there's plenty of opportunities, including the Prospect Showcase, which all you need to do is show up. You know, you have to be nominated by your coach, obviously, but show up and you can have a lot of fun there as the 0-1 pitch is too far outside here to the number 8-hole man, excuse me. So it's a 1-0 Golden Eagle lead. And the next pitch from Lanford is too far as that one breaks in the dirt for ball 2. North Polk and Wahlert again facing each other for the very first time. For the Golden Eagles, they're trying to find and search for their third state title game appearance as Lanford keeps them honest there at first. The interesting part is here for the Golden Eagles, when they have lost both times in the state title game, it was to first-time state title winners. And that one is dialed in for a 2-2 count now, strike number 2. So they have given first-time winners their glory, their time. Again, they haven't given it, I should say, but they have been on the unfortunate end of falling in 2 state title games. Again, both times their opponent had won the title for the very first time. That one hugs the foul line, but hits the wall in foul territory right side. We keep it at a 2-2 count. And the Golden Eagles in their white uniforms, white tops, white bottoms, blue outlining, and yellow lettering for the Golden Eagles. And this one shot right side. That one's tailing towards foul territory, and it will hit the benches. Into the stands it goes, and we continue on with a 2-2 count. Again, earlier in the game before us, we had Valley in a 2-1 thriller. And it was a beauty. You had 2 amazing hurlers on the mound. Ryan Stedman heading to Valley following his time here. He did an absolute great job today with 9 strikeouts, but so did the counterpart in Braden Moore with 3. And talk about strikeouts, Lanfers will pick up his first K of the day as he sets down Schumacher on a breaking pitch that got him frozen here. So now with 2 down, a runner on first. We move to the number 9-hole man, Gavin Reedy. Donning the number 2 here. He's a sophomore center fielder here in today's contest, batting .260. Kind of deceiving because he does have 26 hits on the year. He's had everything but a home run across 18 runs driven in on the season, and he starts with a 1-0 count. And another pickoff attempt. Gets back there well in time. Again, as Godkin stands on first after being hit by pitch. And that one gets laced out there, and a diving attempt. Kind of has that shoehorn slide on the legs. Is Ty Speaker as he will come up, that pop-up slide kind of thing, as he captures out number 3 in style. So with that, despite runners on the base pass here, nothing going here for the Golden Eagles. There were no hits, there were no runs, and 1 runner left on base. And now we will have to head to the third as we go ahead, and we'll get to the bottom third of the North Polk lineup when we return. Jetman, Lampers, and Fausch due on up right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Yes, those are chicken tenders. And yes, they're on a plate with your favorite Pizza Ranch items. Which means, yes, chicken tenders are now available at Pizza Ranch buffets. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jace Jetman as we resume action here now with a 0-2 count. And Quinn Flanagan on the mound here for the Golden Eagles, the strikeout leader for this Wahlert squad. Again, their path has been challenging in its own right as the 1-2 is swung on and strike three. We have now strikeout number 3 on the day for Flanagan as he sets down the 7-hole man to bring up Ty Lamfers.
Pitcher number 8, Ty Lamfers.
And the Golden Eagles have been just, again, the number 1 team in 3A all year, and for good reason. They have given up a combined 4 earned runs in the postseason leading up to the state tournament. And then they had their biggest test of the state, of the playoffs, into the state tournament, as that one's fouled back here, followed by one in the dirt here for a 1-1 count. Again, in their first round game against Knoxville, it looked like the Golden Eagles, who were down for most of that game, might just be one of that upset bids. And it turns out they pulled it out late, despite some long balls here from Knoxville. They end up going ahead and taking the first game of the state tournament here in Cedar Rapids. That one too low in the dirt once more. But again, it was quite the battle that they've had to go through. Again, they started with the win over Center Point Urbana in the first round of the postseason, followed by a 6-1 win over Decorah. In the sub-state championship, they took down Clear Creek Amana in a big way as that one's fouled out of play. They beat the Clippers 12-2. And then they came and faced off against Knoxville. And Knoxville had led this one for most of the game. They led 7-5 after 4. That one is a chopper to third, and nicely done by Kraffel. A nice sidearm hurl will grab the out number 2 as Lamfers is set down by a step. That was a good play as he had to stride closer to second to grab that one. And a great job on a short hop there to nail him and get the out. And now we go to 2 down as Faust brings up a bunt attempt. It pulls that one back, but it doesn't matter. It goes for strike 1. And the next pitch will even up the count now at 1 apiece. Flanagan already with 3 strikeouts here in this one, as the bunt attempt there is missed. And I got to think that eliminates, with a 1-2 count, that eliminates the bunt attempt. But the corners will be, they'll be coming on back here as the swing through is had by Faust. He is unable to connect. And that marks strikeout number 4 on the day here for Flanagan, as he has set down the North Polk Comets in order for the 3rd consecutive inning. And meanwhile, the Golden Eagles are going to try to add on to their 1-0 lead with the top of the lineup. Due up next, right here on the IA Baseball Network here from Veterans Memorial in Cedar Rapids.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in as we have the audio broadcast here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids. What a game it has been so far if you like defense. There hasn't been many hits. In fact, just one combined hit. There's been a pair of errors. But Wahlert with the very, very slim lead as the top of the lineup and Piero comes right back up. And both of these teams trying to get back to a third, or to try to get back to another state title game for the North Polk Comets. They've been to the title game quite a few times. They have right about 5 runner-ups as that one is lifted right side, and that one was about a 2-stepper to his left as Fausch in left recorded that one for out number 1. A quick play at that, bringing up Brandon Cummer to the plate. First pitch he saw in his first at-bat, he drilled it to short for an out. 1 down. The pitch is not quite going to find the zone. We start 1-0. That one just about belt high, but too far out of the zone. Same with the next pitch. Just a bit into the other batter's box. It goes 2-0. Lampers on the mound, trying to get his team out of the inning. And, oh, nice breaking pitch, but it went too far inside off the hip. And we go to 3-0 on a team that, again, averages right around 5 walks a game offensively. That one dialed in there for the strike, but, again, Golden Eagles, they put up 5 walks offensively per contest. That's hard, especially when you can see what they were able to do with just 1 runner on. And a 5-pitch walk will put Cummer onto the base pass here for the first time. So a runner on as J.P. Elbert steps on up. He was the only one to cross the plate so far. He reached last time via the walk, and a pickoff attempt gone wrong, and a wild pitch ended up helping him to cross the plate. Speaking of a pickoff attempt, Lampers checks him on over there. Again, what a beautiful day it is. Wind just breezy enough from right to left, but more or less coming in towards the pitcher's mound as the slider finds the outside corner just right. And we start this count 0-1. A guy that, and at the plate, has some pop to his bat, has had a trio of home runs on the season. And he takes a look. The 0-1 sends that high, but out of play. Right behind the stands here for a quick 0-2 hole. Lampers has done a pretty solid job. He's only allowed 1 hit. He's had a couple different moments of action onto the base paths, but right now there's not a whole lot to complain about. That one on a 2-hopper out there to third. The pick to second and the fire to first is not going to be in time. They don't get the double play, but they do get the lead runner out there at first. So Elbert with the fielder's choice. He'll reach. That was about a 2-hopper to third, and it was almost just directly at Boo. All he needed to do was a quick turnaround and a fire over there to second. Just a little bit slower on the exchange to first, and we keep things rolling here now with 2 down. Noah Craffle standing on up. He has the lone hit of the ball game for either team and takes strike 1 on the upper third. This is where rubber meets the road here. Early on, who can make the most waves? And right now, Wahlert has made the most waves. As Elbert will take off, and a little hesitation there by Zosky. Had that throw offline, and a look to bounce off of something. Although Jetman with a good recovery there doesn't let that one get to the outfield. But nonetheless, it is a successful stolen base here for Elbert. That's their second of the game. And the 1-1 will be in there, low and outside for the strike. With 2 down, a runner in scoring position. Second time that the Golden Eagles have had that in this game. And that one sails out well outside. And I think that was more intentional, just to try and get a look at what's happening on second base. Because this is a Golden Eagle squad that not afraid to throw, not afraid to run, I should say, as that one just misses off the outside edge for a full count. Again, Graffel has the only hit of the ball game, also a stolen base under his belt. 102 stolen bases for the Golden Eagles overall. That one laced out there, and a one-step catch here for Jack Speaker, as he will set them down, and that is all. 1, 2, 3, 4 go the Eagles. As the line out to shortstop will go ahead and end the Wahlert threat. And we'll be back to see what kind of threat the North Polk Comets can get into. So far, they have yet to get onto the hit column, but they're going to have the top of their lineup due up when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is state tournament baseball semifinal action. North Polk up against Wahlert. North Polk had to take down in a 10-inning extra thriller against Western Dubuque on a walk-off by Easton Engel that played it 2 or 3 in the process, I should say, as they came back to seal the win and capture it against Western Dubuque squad that had been strong all year. Meanwhile, the Golden Eagles of Wahlert Catholic, it was their hardest game of the postseason against the Knoxville Panthers. They pulled it out late and ended up capturing a win over Knoxville to move on here into the second round. Again, this was a Golden Eagle squad that was down by at least 4 at one point to Knoxville, and they had not entertained a lead since the very first inning of that game, coming back in the last couple to steal a win, basically. The 1-1 count here, an abundant attempt laid down by Bryce Burke. A quick throw over to first. Nicely done, as that was about 5 steps into the grass there, right beyond the plate. That was a tough play to make, but you can tell Albert, being one of the top premier catchers in Class 3A, he had absolutely no problem with that, as he secured the out, and a nice attempt from Bryce Burke at the top of the lineup. And that one from Ryan Zoski, his first pitch sailed up and into the stands. And this year, of course, at state baseball, if you get in a foul ball, you get it to keep. Now, on the other side of it, you don't get the free Laffy Taffy or lollipop or whatever the case may be that some do. As a pitch just off the belt insides in there for a strike, 0-2. Zoski so far 0 for 1. Grounded out his first trip. Watches one about letter high off the outside edge. So here we go with a 1-2 count and 1 down. Flanagan on the mound, as that one seemed to be just a bit low. Seemed about just maybe below belt high or somewhere. There's missed somewhere. I don't know where. But it draws the count even at 2-2. North Polk has been a team consistently every year, almost half of their games as that one is swung on, and he tried to nab the outside pitch there, but came up empty here as Flanagan will pick up his 5th strikeout of the ball game, and 2 quick down to bring up Jack Speaker to the plate. Speaker also a strikeout victim. And he sends the first pitch left side, and that one will find the outfield grass for the first hit of the ball game for the Comets, as a seeing eye bloop into left field will secure a base runner here for the Comets, which they have not had all game long. Comets have earned the name Cardiac Comets because it seems like they wait till 1 inning to put all their effort in. I should say that. They put effort in all around, as the pickoff attempt from Flanagan is no good. It seems like things get rolling in just 1 inning. So a lot of crooked innings, a lot of crooked things, crooked inning numbers, I should say, offensively here for North Polk, as Engel will watch one in for strike 1. So right now they may be down and haven't had but 1 hit all game. But I got to say, this is a squad that continually finds 1 inning and just explodes in 1 single inning. That's been their MO. We saw it in the walk-off that they had at the Prongi Classic against fellow state tournament team in Assumption. Of course, they've done that a number of different times, and we broadcasted several of them across the regular season here, as Engel watches the 1-1 count sail high for ball 2. Again, the state tournament semifinal action. Game 2 of the semis here in 3A goes and sports up MOC Floyd Valley against Davenport Assumption. And as that one's fouled back here, we have to change the count here. I guess 1 and 2. And now the Golden Eagles have shifted their defense all the way to the right, but that doesn't matter, as the 6th strikeout of the game for Flanagan sets the North Polk Surge down here, as that will set them down 1, 2, 3, and 4. But nothing happened. First hit of the ball game here for the Comets, but it does not do much as they strand the runner at first. And it is still a 1-0 lead here for the Golden Eagles when we come back right here on the Iowa Baseball Network from the state tournament in Cedar Rapids.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter Hill will send one, and the first pitch he sees high. And it will be a 1-pitch out here to start the bottom of the 4th. Hill sent down the fly out to center. And Graham Allers, up at the plate. 0 for 1. A ground out in his first trip. And, of course, we have action all across the state. Well, I should say also in Carroll, Iowa, the 1A, 2A state tournament at Merchants Park. The 1A semifinals going on currently right now. Moravia and another upset look. They are 4-0 over 5th ranked North Lynn. Moravia comes in as the 8th seed. As we have a quick 0-2 count here. And Lanfers with the pitch. That one gets fouled back right around the knee there. And both these teams sporting just one hit apiece, but it's been Wahlert to take the edge here on the scoreboard, 1-0. Again, this is a North Polk squad that we talked about before, leads all of 3A in lowest earned run average at 1.17. That one in the dirt easily lays off, and he gets back to it again. And he gets the strikeout on the corner, right about belt high as it painted the edge like a maestro there. And Allers is set down for the second time. That marks the second strikeout of the game here for Lanfers. And now that brings up Peyton Godkin to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first trip up, and he watches one sail about chin high. And the next pitch he sees is sent right in as a lazy pop fly into center field. And that is the first time in this one that the Golden Eagles have been set down in order. 1, 2, and 3. 2 flyouts to center and a strikeout. And we're right back into a brand new inning when we come back. And when we grace that brand new inning, it will be Fielen, Boo, and Jetman trying to break out of this one. We'll be back right after this.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
And thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here in the broadcast. Also helping to bring us this broadcast, we want to go ahead and give a big shout out here to Insolites at insolites.com, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. As we get things rolling with a hopper that just ate him up there at short. A slow roller here. As the Comets start here with Chase Fielen, and that one was a slow roller just past the mound. And you had Piero trying to run up that one on the grass, and it almost died on the grass before it got to second. A hard play for him to make, and that'll go ahead. And it looks like it will be indeed labeled as an error here for the Golden Eagles. And Chase Boone now up at the plate with one on. We talked about this Comet squad, Cardiac Comets, because it seems that they wait out for the last moment or one singular inning, and then all of their action happens. I mean, if you look at it across the Raccoon River Conference anyway, they are the most, I guess, unbalanced scoring because they have done that. They usually take one inning to get most of their scoring done, and that's been kind of MO as Boo squares around a bunt, but that one gets fouled off for a 0-1 count. And again, this is a matchup that it came on in and you went, this could be a 1-2 or 1-0 battle. And already we're seeing that here halfway through this one. Boo squares around and pulls that one back. And for good reason, it draws a 1-1 count. Again, this is a North Polk squad that they don't necessarily steal a lot of bases. They haven't done a ton of that this season. Just 27 stolen bases. That bunt attempt is fouled and goes right back to the backstop. So just enough of that one to call it strike number 2. And now you all but eliminate the bunt attempt here. Well, my guess is you do entirely. We'll see if they're willing to do that. I've seen them do it on a 2-strike count before. That one, a one chopper out there to the mound, and nicely done. He turned to second, but wasn't going to get it in time. Got the sure out at first, and he didn't bunt it, but he did get the same effect there. As it comes down as a sacrifice, and now a runner for the Comets stands on second as we bring up Jace Jutman to the plate. And Elbert will come on out to have a conversation with Flanagan and more of a strategic, hey, what are we going to do? What are the pitches going to look like? Or just to say, hey, you're doing good. I've heard stories of catchers coming out there and say, you know what? I think the team meal tonight should be spaghetti. I've heard stories about that, and I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. Right now, we have a runner on second base here for the Comets. This has been the furthest they've reached on the bases all night. And the first pitch to Jace Jetman is in there for the strike, 0-1. Again, more of a quiet night offensively here for these two teams. The two teams that average, again, nearly 10 hits per contest. That one swung on, and that one's just about let her high on the outside edge, but could not connect, and it brings an 0-2 count. We saw over 15 hits for this Comet squad as they took on Western Dubuque in the opening round. And believe it or not, which was yesterday, as the rain in on Monday that only allowed one game, one full game and 1 half inning of a second, pushed a lot onto yesterday's plate, 5 games yesterday, and that has also spilled over into today. And I got to say, covering it as that one too far outside and we draw ball 2, that'll make tomorrow seem like we have nothing to do. We've had games that have started at 11, 8:30, 11, so it's, don't get me wrong, an entire day at the ballpark is great as that one's chopped foul left side. And we keep it a 2-2. I mean, any time that you get to be out on at the ballpark for a day, I mean, what's worse than staring at heaven on earth, right? I feel truly, I feel really strong about that. And, you know, you do what we do simply because you got to have some passion and love for it, and we certainly do here. The next pitch gets hit high in a major league pop-up, just eclipsing the outfield grass, just beyond second base, and that'll be Schumacher to come out of nowhere, it seemed like, as he'll secure out number 2. And now a pitcher-pitcher battle as Ty Lanfers steps on up to the plate. Lanfers trying to add on. It's been the best inning that they have had so far here in this one. Lanfers so far, he has gone 0 for 1 with a ground out. And that one is chopped a 2-hopper to third on the run near the grass. And he will get there as Kraffel with a nice swing across the diamond sets down any North Polk threat yet again, as Lanfers on the 5-3 putout will end the inning. It was a close one. The Comets got close, and we thought maybe that would be the breakout, but the defense and pitching once again here for the Golden Eagles has shined brightly, and they get the chance to add on to their 1-run lead with Schumacher, Reedy, and Piero. 8, 9, and 1 due up when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Welcome!
We are
the Iowa High School
Athletic Association,
We're proud to bring you this broadcast of Iowa High School
Sports Championships,
featuring Iowa's student athletes, schools, and communities.
We support teamwork, sportsmanship, and education-based activities.
Good luck, and thanks for watching.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom half of the fifth already here, believe it or not, as we get rocking and rolling. In a bunt attempt right down from Schumacher, hugs the left line, and the throw to first is not in time, as that was picture perfect. The arc of the grass is where that ball just crept over third base side and hugged that foul line for what seemed ever. And it was just a matter of time where they had to pick it up. And that was as picture perfect out of a bunt as you could ever get. And a bunt single will now put the 8-hole man Schumacher onto the base pass. And Reedy steps on up here with one on. And that, again, right out of the gates. That just, it really goes to show. I know that banana ball and a lot of home run hitters will go against the small ball, but that's exactly how you win games as well, by utilizing small ball, by utilizing the entirety of the game. As a bunt attempt laid down here by Reedy, that will get a bit farther, and that will get the out at first. As Lamfers goes a couple steps and picks it up off the grass, plants his foot, and nails the runner. So nicely done, but overall, back-to-back bunts once again in a run-stricken game. We have a runner in scoring position here for the Golden Eagles, which is come at a premium. And now the top of the lineup, Jacob Piero stepping on up. He is 0 for 2 so far. Ground out and a fly out. He takes a look as that one doesn't find the zone here. We have one down here in the bottom of the fifth. The Golden Eagles scored back in the first inning and have not scored since. That one gets laced center field. That draws the center fielder back, and off the glove of Burke it goes. That will fall down, and that will allow the runner to get to second. As Piero will find his way on second, they hold the brakes on man at third, as Schumacher will stand one stride away. But what an uncharacteristic error out there in center, as that popped right out of the glove. Looked like it was more off the heel of the glove, and it squirted out, but good job. Got to give him some credit. Burke did have the wherewithal to find the ball, zoom it back in, and that kept the runner from moving on home. In the meantime, though, it does put two runners in scoring position, and the error has proven a bit costly. How costly? Well, that's yet to be determined here. And now we have a runner onto the base pass here. The second time in this one that a runner from either team has made it on via the error. And now he stands on second. One of those that we've seen a couple instances like that over the course of the 2026 season. And, you know, I do say uncharacteristic from Burke, because I have not seen him make any such error. And we've covered 4 games across the Pawnee Classic and others, including the postseason sub-state final against Waverly Shell Rock. So now with 2 runners in scoring position, we move to Brandon Kummer in a big spot here, as that one just high of the belt here for strike one. You know, it's a game where runs have come at a premium. Just 1 run total, and that's been on Wahlert's side. So you got to think that a 2-run lead might seem like a 10-run lead at this point. The entire infield here for the Comets are in on the grass, as it is Engel furthest on the grass. There's been already 2 bunts here in this inning alone. 1 for a hit, and 1 is a sacrifice. That one sails into the other batter's box here, draws the count even at 1 apiece. A wind changing from towards the pitcher mound and now drawing towards right field. A light breeze, just around 70 degrees here. That one is laced left side, but on the left edge of the third base bag. And that will be in foul territory it goes. That, if that would have hugged the line just right, would have been plating two. I can almost guarantee that the way this Wahlert squad runs. The 1-2 count here. Lanfers on the mound, trying to hold off the surge here from, and that one gets away. That one heads onto the backstop, and that, despite the swing through as a drop third strike, that puts another run on the board here for the Golden Eagles. As they got that coveted second run, it's 2-0. And a 2-strike count. Cummers did swing at that one, but that looked to bounce off of the leg, looked like of Zosky there. It just bounced off and it ricocheted quickly off to the right and went closer to the North Polk dugout than anything. And that has put runners now on the corners here, as we have a pitch runner here, and it will be number 18 in Nolan Hayden, the junior. That will bring up J.P. Elbert to the plate. And he too will lay down a bunt attempt, but that one was about letter high, and it went too high, and he just chopped that one to the right foul. He has been active on the base pass here, at least somewhat, I should say, as he did reach via the walk and on a fielder's choice. So both trips he has made it, looking for his first hit here in this one. And Lanfers will step off and keep those runners honest on the corners. The 0-1 delivery coming up here from Lanfers. It's already been one run home for the Golden Eagles in this inning. That one a slow roller right out to short Speaker with the underhand toss to second, and he'll connect on the back end. As a nice throw by Jetman will get to Engel in time, and the first double play of the game gets them out of the jam, but not before the inning has been had by Wahlert. They add one more as they double up their lead. It's a 2-0 ball game heading into a brand new inning when we come back.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game, because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Number 3, Josh.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new second baseman in store for you for the Golden Eagles, as we have Joshua Schlickman will be doing second base duties here today. And that has been just a change here from Schumacher. So they get a defensive change on in here as we now move on to the North Polk 9-hole man in Drew Fausch. 0 for 1 so far. Flanagan still on the mound, and he gets a swing through there for strike one. 3 combined hits in this one, 2 of them belonging to Wahlert. Although the last inning in the fourth anyway, The Comets did manage to strike their only hit so far of the ball game. And the pitch on the inner third to the lefty in Fausch is found in there for the strike. We go 1-2. And it has been, as that one gets it, a half-hearted swing here by Fausch means that a heck of an outing here by Flanagan continues. Strikeout number 7. And it has been an impressive outing from the sophomore. I mean, we've seen him be impressive all year. The strikeout leader for this squad. And now as he takes the top of the lineup here, sends one too far out to the righty here in Bryce Burke. Zosky is on deck. And that one a little too low and outside. Again, right-hander in Bryce Burke up to the plate. So far 0 for 1. He has grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. Nice get-me-over strike there as that slid in from the outside edge, and it gets a 2-1 count for us. And now that one just goes too far out into the other batter's box here. A little bit of uncharacteristic control issues. I don't even want to say issues because those have been the only really wild pitches that we have seen here on the mound from Flanagan. He'll look and he'll fire on home. That one was above letter high, but Burke ended up obliging anyway. Got a piece of it, but now he's down to his final strike in the at-bat. And the next pitch, he'll no fire. That one gets sent left side on a backhand deep in the hole from short. Is not going to be in time with the throw. Piero was deep. He was in the grass, in fact, in the outfield grass by the time he got that throw off. And not only was it just a bit offline, but it did not have a chance of catching the speedy Burke as he records the second hit of the ball game for the Comets and puts him on first base. That was a heck of a play by Piero just to get to that one. And Zosky comes up and an inside shoulder high pitch for ball 1. I mean, Piero, all he could do was backhand that, and the turnaround took him into the outfield. He just didn't have enough on it because he was, again, his body was taking him towards the outfield. So that would have been a tough play even for a major leaguer to make. Strike 1 is watched by Zosky, and now the 1-1 count dialed up, and the pitch sails a bit outside. Got to say that outside zone has been consistent for both lefties and righties as the lefty here in Zosky stands on up. This is the semifinal action here today. Friday will be where both 4A and 3A title games will happen. And then, of course, we have the Prospect Showcase open to juniors and under. It used to be just a junior only, but now it is open to underclassmen as well. And that will be at Southeast Polk High School. And while it may be late to get into it this year, a chance for anybody out there who wants to get involved and wants to get in front of college coaches for little to no cost. I mean, you might as well check them out. Again, ask your coach to get you nominated. That one on a one-hopper up to Flanagan, and he'll send it over to second, but that one sails on him as it nearly got into the left field gap. Nicely done by Piero just to keep that one in the infield. And the throwing error here from Flanagan now puts 2 runners on and just 1 down. That was one where he had a lot of hesitation on that. He looked off to first and then looked to second and still hesitated. It's crazy that he could have still gotten him out with a really accurate throw. It would have had to have been an accurate throw as Coach Tischer comes on the mound for a conversation. But again, it would have had to have been a very accurate throw, but instead it almost sailed into left center field. And it was just second guessing on that one. Flanagan has made that play before. We've seen him make that kind of play before. But again, what do the Comets do? They are the cardiac Comets for a reason. And despite them having just 2 hits now through mostly 5 innings, they are yet on the doorstop knocking, and it just takes 1 hit. Again, they walked it off with just a couple hits in the last game that they played in the quarterfinals. So now Jack Speaker up at the plate. He has one of the 2 Comet hits so far in this game, and he looks at strike 1 to begin. He would certainly love to add adding a hit number 3 would be immense here. He would love to send it into the deep gap. That one popped up foul into the stands. Again, it's 400 to dead center, 315 to the left foul pole, which has a green monster type vibe in the wall there. There's patio seating above that. Meanwhile, it's 325 to the right field foul pole. The next pitch is sent straight on back. Just enough of that, and I think he knew it. I think he knew he had something there. But now he's down to 2 strikes. Just 1 down here in this one, and Wahlert with what seems like a small lead, but ultimately when runs have come at a premium, more like a commanding lead at this point. It has been proven, though, that this North Polk squad very, and I do mean very capable of finding a way to get a run here and there, get a hit. I mean, again, sometimes the wins aren't pretty. And both of these teams have found a way to make that happen. They found a way to make wins happen, even if they're ugly, even if they only come with a couple hits. Right now, North Polk trying to grab that elusive first run of the ball game. The 0-2 count coming on up. The 1-seeded Wahlert and the 4-seeded Comets. That one sails, and that one just missed outside. I say sails, and that really didn't sail too much because that had me second guessing there. And now a good-sized lead at second, and of course the runner at first. Here's the pitch. That one is laced, and that will find its way into the outfield grass. They're waving the runner around third. There is a play at the plate, and he got him by a stride. What a laser out there in left field from Hill, as it got him right in as Burke was starting his stride on home. And it had him just about dead to rights. A close play, but that one seemed in favor of the Golden Eagles all the way. And now, with runners on first and second, the Comets down to just 1 out left in the inning. So Speaker does reach on the fielder's choice. And now Easton Ingle, who has 5 home runs on the year, a capability of sending one deep, and they need him to do that potentially now more than ever. But that pitch got sent behind him there. He kind of had to bend over and duck for cover. And now with 2 down, the 1-0 count. And boy, I got to say, as the next pitch gets fouled back out of play, that was a huge one there, because if North Polk gets a run there, they still got a couple innings to work with to try and wiggle that next run in. It's so much in this game right now where runs have only come twice. I mean, you get 1 run, that's a huge momentum shift. That one high and tailing third base side into foul territory, and it does end up landing there. Boy, that truly, if that would have come through as a run, even if you don't get another one this inning, boy, does that change the outcome, because right now the atmosphere is all on Wahlert right now. as the fans are standing here in the top half of inning number 6. Ingles takes some time to step out. Coach Tischer walking up and down in the dugout there. A lot of energy as the next pitch is swung on. Drop third strike. However, they got to complete the play, and they don't. They don't, as Elbert had that one slip away from him. He bounced around his legs there for a couple seconds, and he finally got the throw off, but it was left of the bag, too far left that it took Godkin off of the base. And now we have a little different feel yet again, because guess what? Last time that the Comets were here, they had 2 walk-offs from the man who's stepping on up, Chase Fieland. And in fact, I'm staring right at the location to left field, right under the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local 125 sign on that Green Monster-esque type of wall out there in left field. I'm staring right at where he walked it off in the opening round game of the 2024 state tournament, I should say. As Engel reached on what was considered a hit here. Now 2 hits in the inning here for the Comets. As that one gets away just a bit, but no one's going anywhere. Nice stop by Elbert. 1-0 with our count. And wow. Again, as we get pitch runner, we'll talk to you about here on first, once we get that number here. But in the meantime, a 1-0 count with the bases loaded and 2 down. That one is dialed in there for the strike. Bieland has been there. In fact, he's been an extra base hit machine on the season. He's had 15 extra bases, including 2 homers and a pair of triples on the year. And he sends that one right side and past the diving second baseman. That will plate 1, and it looks to plate on 2. Chase Fielen comes through, and the magical cardiac Comets once again late in this one pulled through. And they have now gone from a 2-run deficit to tying this ball game up, all knotted at 2. What a turnaround. That is as exciting as it gets. Fieland gets a pitch runner and is just swarmed in the dugout, and for good reason. What a play. That one just about 5 or 6 feet on the right side of second base bag, and it just got out of the outstretched arms of Schlicker on at second. Schlicker was playing more towards first base side and deep in the hole. And now we have Coach Corey Tischer coming out onto the mound here for the Golden Eagles. The North Polk Comets have now gone from having no hits past 3. And in fact, they had just 1 hit entering this inning alone. They now have 4 on the game as Fielen with his single plates 2. And that was absolutely immense and huge. I mean, if the game sits right now, North Polk comes out on top. I don't even care if it's a walk-off winner. Right now, when they needed it the most, they needed a big hit. Chase Fielen came through. There is no walk-off unless Chase Fielen does what he did right there. As again, we have runners on the base pass on the corners here for the Comets. As Chase Boo 0 for 2 so far. But again, what have we talked about? 1 inning the Comets love to pour all their offense into. And that one gets away, rattled off the shin guard here of Elbert behind the plate. Ball 1. So here we go, a 1-0 count. Flanagan with the fire. A letter high strike just on the outside will even it up. And the middle infield here, right on the grass in the outfield. You've seen that with some of the better teams. They have some of their guys deep out there. We see it from Cal Jepson out of Sioux City East, more notably as that one goes for ball 2. And the 2-1 lifted, and that will fly out into left field. Having to adjust on the run is Hill. As he will secure out number 3, but not before damage has been done. The Comets of North Polk pull through, and they tie this game up as we now head to the bottom of inning number 6. And that changes this landscape hugely, and a massive directional change, as now we will get up 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Golden Eagle lineup, trying to answer when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom of the 6 is underway now as the first pitch here from Lamfers on the mound, and Noah Kraffel is low for ball 1. Next pitch, also a ball here, 2-0 with our count. Again, it's Kraffel, Hill, and Allers due on up here for the Golden Eagles. That one is sent right side on a backhanded attempt at second, but Jetman kind of loses his footing as he tries to transfer and fire. And that ends up getting a run onto the base pass here for the Golden Eagles. As now that is the 3rd error of the ball game here for the North Polk Comets. And now Hunter Hill stepping on up. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out so far. And he goes ahead and lays down a bunt attempt there, and it is a beauty. Only play is to first, as that one barely got a third of the way to first. That was a heck of a bunt, perfectly performed, and it gets a runner in scoring position. And in a game like this, small ball worked out well will get you wins. I mean, at the end of the day, the name of the game is get runners on so that they can come home. And Hill did exactly that. Got a runner over to second as Kraffel stands on second. And now at the plate is Grant Allers. Graham Allers will take a look at ball 1. And a lot of this team is kind of just guys who've been waiting in the works as the throw out to second goes away. The pickoff attempt is gone wrong, and that puts Kraffel on third. It just happened to be wrong timing as Jetman was coming towards the bag, and the throw was to the right of the bag, and of course Jetman had to try and slide in order to try and catch that one away from him, so it ended up getting into the outfield, and now with one down, a runner at third, and the 1-0 count here to Allers, who's looking to pick up his first hit of the ball game. He takes a look at ball 2, up and away. And we have, again, everybody in the infield for the Comets on the infield grass. They are going to do everything they can to not let a run come on home. A nice slider that finds its way to backdoors into the strike zone. 2-1 now the count. The Comets scored 2 in the last half inning. And the Golden Eagles are trying to answer here. They scored 1 in the first and 1 in the fifth. And that's where we stand right now. And the pitch. That one is off the knees, but in the zone well enough to bring it to an even 2-2 count. So with a runner on third and 1 down, we'll see what can happen out of the 6 hole here for the Golden Eagles. And that one sent right out to second. Nicely done on a knee is Jetman. And the stare down to third made sure that there was no advancement, and that's exactly what they needed. A nice out here as it goes 2 down. And bringing up Peyton Godkin to the plate. Again, a huge pitch right there to get somewhat of a weak contact on that one. But heck of a play by Jetman on the infield grass. Had to drop to a knee in order to secure that one. And boy, I would love to see that more. Guys get a little bit dirty, have to drop to their knee just to secure it. Because you can be flashy with it once you get it. But if you don't capture the ball at all and you let that go by, that's another run coming in and all is for naught. The empty count here to Godkin, and he starts it off with a strike on the outer edge. 2 of the 3 strikeouts for Lanfers has come in the last couple innings. He's been on fire. He's kind of picked up more momentum as the game has gone on. The 0-1. And the high cheese swung on and missed. And boy, would this be a turnaround from a Wahlert squad that led for 5 innings worth of action. All knotted up, and for the Comets with a runner on third to get out of it, that'd be huge. And they do! They do! The Comets get out of the inning, and Lanfers is throwing some fist bumps in the air, and for good reason. The Comets get out of the jam as the 4th strikeout from Lanfers will set down the lineup. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered. And now the momentum has shifted just a bit. Although Flanagan coming back on the mound for the Golden Eagles. We'll see what's in store on the next half inning when we return.
A lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The top half of inning number 7 already here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We start things off as we get Jetman to kick things off. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup here for the Comets. And boy, what a turnaround it has been as the 1-1 count will sail high here. The 0-1 count sails high. You got to give credit here to the pitching staff, and I mean Lanfers on the mound here for North Polk, as that one not there for ball 2. Wahlert Catholic, despite the early lead, they are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. With runners entirely, they're 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, as that one gets a major league pop up high and just right of the first base bag in foul territory. Godkin will come up and catch that one for the out. But again, this Wahlert Catholic squad with runners on and less than 2 outs, 0 for 3. They are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Meanwhile, North Polk 2 for 6. And overall, with runners on, 2 for 9. So they have the edge in this one, and that gets lifted high left field. But that will be a 2-step drop back for a Hill, as Lamfers can't help his own cause there. He flies out to left field. And now we have 2 quick down here. And down to the 9-hole man here in Drew Fausch, who has been set down on strikeouts twice here. And one that sails above his head here for ball 1. Again, most of what the Comets have done have been with 2 out. They have been 2 for 9 with 2 outs. Meanwhile, the Golden Eagles 1 for 6. So despite what most of the game had felt like, which was a Golden Eagle advantage, this was a North Polk squad that has constantly hung in there. It took them 6 innings to score. It took them 4 innings to get a hit, but they managed and they kept it tight as that one check swinged out into foul territory, into the stands, in fact. Now 2-2. And the next pitch, that is sliced foul just on the outer edge of the third base side. Foul territory, and Coach Shosky, I can tell, not loving that. Although I can confirm with a good view here that it was foul. The next pitch gets sent high, and also that will be into the stands it goes. Actually, into the grassy hill area. As out in left field, just past the seating, is a grassy area where you can go ahead and lay down some towels and go ahead and sit and enjoy the game in a different way. The 2-2 count, too low off the shoe tops here for ball 3. From Veterans Memorial here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, home of the Minnesota Twins affiliate and Cedar Rapids Colonels. That one, a blooper out there, and that will find its way into foul territory. Just shy of the first base bag. Not caught, and we're back to it, a 3-2 count. The Comets had, again, through 3 innings, they went 1-2-3. They had their first hit in the 4th. It looked like they were struggling to get there, but they, again, due to the strength of Ty Lamfers on the mound, kept themselves in it, as that one goes behind Fausch. And Fausch will go ahead and draw the walk here. So with 2 down, some life still in this offense for the Comets. And that brings up the top of the lineup in Bryce Burke, who's really got all the action kicked off back in the 6th. He stands with a chance to add on already with 1 hit. He slices that one foul for an 0-1 count. And Bryce Burke, 41 hits so far on the year. 11 extra base hits. And here's the pitch. That one too far outside. And we'll draw it even at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, host of the 3A, 4A state tournament. And the pitch. That one's too far inside, having to back out of the box, in fact. Again, both of these squads coming in after a heck of a postseason run. And that one gets hit high. It's playable for now, but it's veering towards the dugout, and it will fall right on the on-deck batter's circle. Coach Tischer was directing traffic there for a bit from the dugout. It does not come down into a glove of anybody for the Golden Eagles. And Burke, with a 2-2 count, has another shot at it. Looking for hit number 42 on the season. Already has one here in this one. The 2-2. That one easily too high and laid off there. Brings it full. The infield back near the grass on this one. Second, short, and third just about past the midway point. The outfield a little bit deeper here. So the next pitch is chopped foul right back towards the third base dugout. And we get right back at it, 3-2. Making them work near 10 pitches in the at-bat. Here's the next one. That one also sent back and onto the rooftop here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Earlier on, it was Indianola to take the third quarterfinal game for 4A over Southeast Polk, and then Valley in a 2-1 win over Waukee in the final 4A quarterfinal game. And the swing through is a strikeout. Quinn Flanagan iced in his veins to set things down. That is now punch out number 8 for him on the day. That was impressive, and that was a great way to wrap up this half inning. And now it's down to the do-or-die bottom of the 7th when we come back right after this on the Iowa Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom of the 7th. We rock it, and again, rocking it on the mound is Ty Lampers back at it as we get Schumacher right back up at the plate. 1 for 2 and a single back in the 5th. He is one of 3 Wahlert hits on the day. And he starts the at-bat with a 2-0 count. Again, we have 7 combined hits as that one's in there for the strike. Schumacher squared up to bunt, and the corners just flew in. In fact, third base with Boo, he's still in on the infield grass. And Schumacher will watch that one tail off outside the zone here for a 3-1 mark. The corners coming on in, and that won't matter because that is a 5-pitch walk that puts a runner on. Flanagan, 8 strikeouts on the day here for the Golden Eagles. And we will have a meeting on the mound here. Coach Zosky coming on out. Again, Coach Zosky having led this team to back-to-back Raccoon River Conference championships. This has been a program that over the last 10 years has just been dominant. And I would say even further than that, because you go back to 2014 when they won it all the first time. I'd say ever since really 2014, man, you could even say earlier than that. As again, they made it from straight from 2011 to 2014 consecutively. So I'm going to have to correct myself. This has been a dominant program dating since 2011. And even then, they had a runner-up finish in 06. They had a runner-up finish in 98, as well as 12, 13, and 2023. So a pickoff attempt there at first. Engel tripped over a little bit, but Cap still corrals the ball. And we continue on. Schumacher stands at first. A bunt attempt by Reedy gets sent foul out of play. Boy, bunts can be strategically excellent, but if not played very well, you can run into some trouble for sure. So here we go. This Wahlert squad not afraid to play some small ball as we've already seen here today. And squaring up to bunt will be Reedy. He'll push that one near to first base. Nicely done by Lanfers as he had to get a quick throw off the grass to make it happen. He does secure out at first, but it does put Schumacher over there at second. And the job well done here from the 9-hole man. And now it brings up the top of the lineup here in Jacob Piero. So far, he has reached once, but has no hit so far in this one. 0 for 2 and reached on, 0 for 3, I should say, reached on an error back in the 5th. Lanfers on the mound. You got to give him a whole lot of credit as well. 4 strikeouts. And right now, up to 91 pitches thrown. Again, 110 is the mark. You can finish the batter that you're on, but once you hit 110, you're done. So he has just under 20 pitches to work with here. He has 2 runners on. And some danger afoot here for the Wahlert Golden Eagles, looking to walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. And we'll see what kind of action happens as Brandon Cummer steps on up and watches ball 1 pass. You got to wonder, will they play small ball yet again? They've done that seemingly the majority of the at-bats here in the last couple innings. He will not square around to bunt. He'll watch that one tail too far outside. The righty and Lanfers up against the lefty here, and Brandon Cummer, part of a lefty crew here for the Golden Eagles. That one letter high does find the outside edge just right. We go 2-1. The Golden Eagles have graced the state title game twice, losing to first-time state title winners. Meanwhile, the Comets have won twice. They did so most recently back in 2024. They had a couple walk-offs in the state tournament to win it, as it was an absolute thriller of a game against Sioux City Bishop Heelan. Right now we have a 3-1 count here on the 2-hole man, Brandon Cummer, for the Eagles. The pitch. That one chopped off his leg, foul. We have just one down here in this one, a full count up in store. The game had a all Golden Eagle feel for it through the first 5 innings, in which it was 2-0. But then a 2 spot in the top of the 6th for the Comets have evened this game up to where we're at right now. That one gets sliced left side. That one's tailing, and a nice catch out there on the run, close to the warning track. And goes Speaker. He had to watch that one tailed towards the foul line, and a nice adjustment on the run will capture the out, and a much needed out, number 2, I should say. So now J.P. Elbert will step on up. We have 2 runners on. Piero on at first. Schumacher standing on second. The pitch here to the 3-hole man at Elbert is not in the zone enough. 1-0. Again, under 80 degrees here in Cedar Rapids after it was seemingly monsoon weather there for a day. That one dialed in there for the strike. Again, just one full game on Monday got completed, and everything since has gotten pushed back. What should have been just 2-day game scheduled today has turned into a 4-game slate. And this is game 1 of the 2-3A semifinals. Tries to get that upper edge and swinging high, but that one does not go in Lanford's favor. It's now a 2-1 count. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. The Golden Eagles have not capitalized at all with runners in scoring position today. That one led her high, but too far inside off the hands, ball 3. In fact, the Golden Eagles hadn't had much success with runners on at all today. With runners on up to this point, they have been 0 for 11. The pitch, and that will be too far away to the right-hander in Elbert. He'll go ahead and grace the base pass for the 3rd time in this one, his 2nd walk of the ball game. And that puts quite a bit of pressure on because there is nothing after this. If you're the Comets, you have to bear down. And interesting that Coach Oski's not even going to think of putting somebody out there. There's no one else in the bullpen warming up for the Comets right now. 2 down. They're trying to get the last out needed. This one fouled out of play. Strike 1. Kraffel so far has singled back on the first, lined out, and reached on an error in 3 trips. He has runners on every single base with 2 down. Here's the pitch. That one outside, and boy, you have no room to wiggle out of if you're Lamfers on the mound. You have to attack and just hope that your pitching and defense would secure the out. Meanwhile, the Golden Eagles with a chance. That one was lined out there in the right field. That plates one, and that is it. The winner for the Golden Eagles happens off the bat of Noah Kraffel, and they continue their run here in the 2026 state tournament. That one was just out of the outstretched arms of Jetman. That was more tailing towards the first base bag, but it just inches away from his glove. And the Cardiac Comets, their stellar run here in 2026 will end at the hands of the Golden Eagles as Wahlert will walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. And they will punch their ticket to the title game for the 2nd time in 2 years. And boy, I gotta say, if you were ever a superstitious type guy or gal, I would say that this might be the year for the Golden Eagles. Their biggest test of the year has come in the semifinals so far. And boy, it came against a team that was red hot. 21 straight wins coming into this one. The Comets have been set down, and their season has come to an end. But for the Golden Eagles, they continue to roll right along and their season is off to the state title game in Class 3A as they will battle the winner of our next game on Friday. Wow, I don't even know what to say. The words there in what was a defensive pitching phenomenon. Both starters going the distance, only 2 pitchers combined. And you can't ask for anything more here in this one. If you take a look at Flanagan, 9 strikeouts on the day. He threw exactly at 110 pitches, couldn't gone any further. Meanwhile, Ty Lanfers, 105 pitches, 4 strikeouts. And he held this Wahlert Catholic squad to well under their average on the year, just 4 hits for the Golden Eagles. And if you're going to if you give a player of the game to the losing team, you have to give it to Ty Lanfers, I think. Isaac Burke had a phenomenal game, a huge push for him. Of course, Engel had some good plays as well. Jetman had some good defensive plays. But Ty Lanfers went the distance. He went the full complete game. Just unfortunately didn't come through with the win. And on the other side here for the Golden Eagles, they are absolutely victorious. They come away with the win, and they go ahead and secure yet another victory for them on the year. They captured their 36th win of the season. Actually, their 35th, as Bound is officially updated here. The Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles pick up win number 36 on the year. Meanwhile, for North Polk, they will fall to 28-7 on the season after having 21 consecutive victories. They will exit the 2026 season 1 game shy of the title game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Our player of the game has to go to the man on the mound for the Golden Eagles. Quinn Flanagan, 9 strikeouts as he went the entirety of the distance that he could, a full 110 pitches. And, of course, all across that span, what did he do? He only gave up 2 earned runs, just 4 hits through 7 innings. And he has definitely earned his trip to the interview screen following up next, which we will go, and we will have to say sayonara here in Game 1. We will have the next game coming up for you. It will feature MOC Floyd Valley up against Davenport Assumption in another game of first ever battles. So thanks again for tuning in. Andrew Brown signing off. For the final time here in this one, we'll have Game 2 of the 3A semifinals right around the corner in a brand new broadcast. We'll be back.